for the next segment, we have our counselor ma'am joining us. Her name is Sadbhavna. So ma'am, I wanted to ask you, since Pushpa the Rule is doing so well at the box office, it is relating to audience all over the country, all the way from north, south, east, west. It is breaking boundaries. So it is sure that this character called Pushparaj is bound to have an impact on the audience.
Yes.
And we have seen that many popular personalities, including David Warner, Virat Kohli, a lot of people have used those mannerisms and all those things. So I wanted to ask you, what is the positive and negative impact it can have on the people in all age groups, all the way from children to elder? If possible, please bring us a psychological perspective or something like that.
Okay, all right. So I think the first thing is, if you're talking about the impact that it has positively on people, let's start with the positive, or rather let's do one thing. Let's start with the negatives first and then maybe push to the positives. Negatively, Pushpa is a movie that has a lot of rebellion, right? And the generation today, or people that you see around right now, are more rebellious in nature. And taking from the movie, it can lead to a lot of, support for themselves, or rather like a support for their behavior, or trying to say that this is what is happening in the movies, this is how it's supposed to be. Okay, so that is one thing. The second thing is maybe masculinity. Okay, but over there, if you look at masculinity, it's two different things. One, you've got Pushpa, who's somebody who's very strong masculinity. On the other hand, he also breaks the traditional masculinity when it comes to his personal relationships. All right. So in one way, it is actually connecting to audiences where they are seeing, men are not just very strong individuals and always have to be like up there and, strong and very stoic and all that. But it's also trying to show people that it's okay for men to sometimes break down in their areas where they feel comfortable. So there are two sides to it. So if people want to take up the positives from it, I think they could. There are a lot of positives, like from being an underdog to going somewhere where, he's ruling the syndicate. Okay, he's ruling people. He's defied societal norms. People have called him different things. He doesn't have a name attached to him. And taking that as an inspiration, he's broken those societal norms and been there. So that is something positive that people can take or can look into, and do take rather. But also the negative side of it is, okay, so this is how a macho man is supposed to be, very strong, very out there completely. So yeah, so it depends on the audience, it depends on what they want to take. But I think like every coin has two sides, this also does have two sides.
Thanks for that, ma'am. In my case, at least when we watch a film, according to me, we have our takeaways. We watch films for, at least I watch films for entertainment, nothing more than that. So I have a difference between watching a film for entertainment and my personal day-to-day life. So I don't have a personal good or bad takeaways. I watch a film, by paying my ticket money, I get entertained, I have my likings and dislikings, and I come home as the same person. I don't get inspired by those characters, even though it's a real story or something. What's your opinion on this?
I mean, inspiration can happen, like ma'am suggested, like the growth which he had. Like, it's not your name or something which matters, it's your abilities and what you can do. So that kind of things can be inspirational. But even I watch movies for entertainment. But that doesn't mean that you can you can't take away anything from it. There are, as ma'am told, two sides to a coin, and it's up to people which one to choose.
So we conclude by saying that there's a fair share of negativity and positivity with people, and it's their choice what to choose.
Yeah, more than their choice, I think it's the individual themselves. If they are somebody, as you rightly said, you go to a movie for entertainment base, come back the same person. But there are some people who are not like that. They get very easily influenced by things around them, specifically if it is coming from a star that they look up to. Right? So that influence on people who can get easily influenced by power, people who can get easily influenced by their role model, that is different. So it doesn't depend on the movie as such, it depends on an individual. I mean, there's always this debate, is the movie doing more harm or not? But I think it's the individual's perception towards it, how the individual takes it. If you are somebody who can go to a movie, watch a movie just for an entertainment purpose and come back, good. But if you are somebody who gets deeply connected with the movie, rooted to the movie, and start absorbing the mannerisms of the character into your daily life, It's going to be different.